I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge amount of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat? Hello, welcome to Let's Drown Out.
More just. Yeah. I suppose you may as well just sing for the rest of this, given what a slow news week it's been.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the game before we get distracted. Last week I chose the random word, audibly. So that obviously led us to conclude a game that is based some way around sound. And that gave us a bit of a problem, because we usually turn the sound down to record these things.
He left his lights on.
Otherwise, we get a little bit of a doubling.
But Thief 2 is one of my favourite games, and this is Thief 2, The Metal Age, which...
Metal!
I
can't hear Metal Age without just...
One of the major gameplay mechanics is how audible we're being. Because for some reason, Garrett is the kind of thief who goes to work wearing tap shoes.
And when people are still in the house.
Yeah. Well, he likes the challenge, I suppose. He's a master thief.
It's fun. Has there been a... because this game's showing its age probably a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's an arse to record. I mean, it doesn't show any maps or menus, so we can only record the gameplay.
Has there been a modern sort of game that has, you think, carried the true spirit of these early thieves?
Well, certainly not the most recent thieves.
That's interesting. If it's a title, is it Thieves? Well, because the title is technically Thief, so is two of the Thief games Thieves?
Well, you just say the Thief series.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing grammar at uni now, so I find myself asking dumb questions that aren't important.
Good plan. Because the first two Thief games are two of my favourite games of all time. Well, mainly Thief 2. Thief 1 was a bit too combat-y. What I like about Thief 2 is you're like an incredibly cynical man who's up against...
That Yahtzee's drawn to for some reason.
Yeah, but you know...
Ooh, there's two of them.
Ooh. How will I deal with them?
I don't know. How are you going to deal with?
Bop. Bop.
Alright, yeah. You know how I said the game is showing its age a bit?
That always happens.
What?
One of them notices the other one's corpse just before they fall unconscious. So
not when they get hit.
No. They notice corpses, they don't notice people falling over.
Super duper. I suppose when this was like, what, 2001, 2002, somewhere around that realm?
Roundabouts.
Yeah. Are you really? You're taking them.
What I didn't like about the new Thief is that they just made Garrett into Batman. I said this in the review. He's just like, oh, no one understands me. I am the night, dark, broody, etc. In these games, he's just, he likes a laugh. He makes cynical quips. He only steals to make money. There's no sort of idealism behind it.
Oh, but the kids love the Batman, Yahtzee.
Fucking Batman. Batman ruins everything. Batman's the worst thing in everything about Batman.
Yeah.
I'd only like his villains.
And that was the thing, like, when Batman Begins came out, nobody gave a shit. There wasn't all this Batman could win any fight. It was just like, oh, that was an okay movie. Hey, buddy, your night's about to get... I'd love it if you just turned around.
Oh.
I love the kind of old 60s spy show judo chop reaction that the guards get.
Ah, yes. Judo chop. The joke being judo is a grappling art.
Yep. One that can still really goddamn hurt, though.
The other thing I like about Thief 2 is that all the levels feel like they're an actual environment people live in. They're all like self-contained maps, kind of like the Hitman games.
What era is this set in? Or is it...
It's just generic Fantasyland.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it is fantasy. Okay.
It's a sort of mixture of Elizabethan and Victorian.
Yeah, I thought it was... I came into this thinking historical, and I'm just like, that... Huh? It's not steam. Is it electric?
It's a standard sort of setting. There's a city, it's got rich nobles, and it's got peasants.
Do you think that, what was it, Dishonored carried a little bit of this reasonably effectively?
I think Dishonored's problem was a lack of personality in dialogue.
Please don't play games.
It had no villain. Like, it had a villain for a second, and then you beat him in, like, the fourth stage.
Well, it had a few, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, it's...
This guy's outwitting me.
There was no...
Stop outwitting me.
The characterization of the villain opposite the hero was just it shifted once weirdly in the center of the narrative,
and all the dialogue
like,
just seems
much
to
to its
be.
detriment. I think.
I think some people write dialogue in a way with no personality whatsoever, where it's just this dialogue is intended to bring X, Y, and Z across, so we'll just do that and then move on.
And then you get the people who write fluff dialogue for The Witcher.
So you just end up. So you just end up with.
Amazing.
You end up with guards in Dishonored saying, "Let us meet later for cigars." Yes, let's do that.
We are human friends.
Yes, we are looking out for bad guys who are sneaking around. Yes, we are.
I've watched whole YouTube videos of just Witcher fluff dialogue.
The thief is
So
just.
much of it's good.
Thief is just full of personality.
Ooh,
Even
ooh.
this moment has a little personality about it. I snuck up in the dumbwaiter and I'm nicking stuff right in front of his eyes. Ha ha.
You can't pop out and go, whoa, bap, and smack him in the noggin.
That would be dumb.
Oh.
Because we're playing on expert mode.
Ooh.
In expert mode, you can't kill anyone.
Thrilling.
Because we're a master thief. Who needs to kill?
I think this is why I enjoy, like... I remember when I first got Hitman Silent Assassin. I had no idea about the Hitman series. I got it on the GameCube, and I got it because I was getting it from EB, and you could take it back within a week and then just trade it in directly for the game I actually wanted. And then I wound up keeping fucking Silent Assassin and just not giving a shit about whatever the fuck I was going to replace it with, because that is an amazing game.
Chomp.
Can you bop people with the deer leg?
No, you can just eat it.
Oh, okay.
Spice bags cost money.
Oh, you
There's
know.
a little bit of flavor text in the second mission that explains why.
That shit's got to flow.
It all works together. It's all self-contained.
That's good. I do like that sense of, cohesive universe, a cohesive environment.
That guy's patrolling.
You know a game's serious when it has peek buttons.
Yes.
Like,
Gooey.
I don't... Should you not do that? Is he gonna see you?
No, they can't see me as long as the
That's
Jew.
just fucking amazing the way he's walking.
As long as the jewel at the bottom of the screen is dark, I can't be seen.
Oh, okay.
It's white because I'm in light. If he saw me, if he turned around then, he would have seen me.
I shouldn't make fun. I shouldn't be such a dick.
That's a good rule for life, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I it's one of those situations where, yes, it looks fucking corny now, but you have to judge it in relation to the time when it was released. Like, that's...
Well, yes, but it's still fun to play.
I think you've got an emotional bond to it that makes it fun. If I sat down and tried to play this just fresh, I'd be like,
Well, possibly. I mean, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've played this mission a million times. I mean, I can't really look at the map because the maps don't show on the record, but I don't really...
crash fraps.
I don't really need the map at this point.
I had that problem a lot in one of my records.
It doesn't crash fraps, it just sort of doesn't appear and like freezes the video for a bit while it's up.
That's fun. Was that a map there on the bed that you ignored?
No, it was just a document, but it has the same problem.
Yeah. So picking it up does an auto-read thing that just sort of makes the game go...
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Somewhere our listeners are like, when are they going to talk about it?
Let's just talk about this game and why it's great. Why do we need to ruin everything?
Why does everything have to be spoiled by people?
Right, I'm just going to demonstrate a flash bomb here. It's difficult to use these without also getting flashed yourself.
Interesting.
Well, yeah,
Case in point.
but if someone's blinded,
That's just, it is funny. Like,
if someone's alerted and trying to attack you,
Yeah, you can-
then they can't be knocked out. But if
Interesting.
they're blinded, they're fair game.
If I don't see it, a blow to the head, instantly just asleep for like 8 hours. It's amazing.
Yeah, one of
That's
the
her door. Guess Basso can open it. He's not much of a sneak, but he can sure handle a lock.
the plot of this mission is we're helping an old friend, Basso the Boxman, elope with a servant girl who's been locked in her room by her evil mistress.
It's a tale as old as time, really. I mean, how many of us have not gone through that exact point?
There's the theme of class discrepancy comes up a lot in the Thief games. But what I like about
a good foundation for a story like this.
what I like about Garrett as a character is that he never takes sides. He's like, yeah, I'll knock out servants and nickel their gold. I'll knock out nobles and nickel their gold.
I think it's a good theme for this entire thing.
I am no judge. Everyone is just a big wallet walking around on legs.
You're just cash.
And all the games involve him having to ally with a faction, but he always does it reluctantly. Like in this game, the principal villain are the evil mechanists who are trying to industrialize the world. So he has to side with the nature-loving pagans.
Damn mechanists. Do the hippies turn out to be doing something stupid at any point?
not in this game. Like, the hippies were the bad guys in the first game.
Ah,
So we're just sort of going back and forth, really. Huh.
gotta make the money.
Now, here's a good example of what I'd call emergent storytelling. We found a sort of secret alcove behind these crates that seems to contain a gear in a position of worship. This will come up later.
Ah, okay, so I'm guessing that's the machine people.
Yes.
Okay.
See, that's how you do storytelling, not just fading out to cutscene every 10 yards.
What's this? A gear. Must be the machinist's lair of worship. They worship machinery because they believe it will bring the age of reason to humanity.
God, I got myself lost now because it's too dark. Okay.
There we go.
I think this is
How
where
we
we need to
doing?
go, yes.
Oh, that seems nice. You kids, hurry down now. Dinner's ready.
Yes. This is a game, it's about the absurdity of taking sides. It's funny we should bring that up.
Like I said, it's a good theme in general.
Alright, well, let's stop talking around this elephant we're all sitting on.
Let's stop having fun.
Something happened this
Yeah.
week in games.
I think we're just gonna refer to it as that.
Yeah,
Something.
we're not going to address specifics because you probably know we're talking. Well, you won't probably if this is a few months down the line, and
good luck to you. That's,
and news has moved on as it
Which
inevitably
it
will.
I think the more interesting thing about all this is it's kind of the larger conversations, because ultimately what's happened is trivial, personal, and asinine. Really,
Let's just say a thing has happened relating to a certain individual whose initials get very high scores in Scrabble.
what I love about this one is what just happened there?
I locked a door.
Oh, okay, just
key-
the weird key graphic moves. I'm just like, oh,
Well, yeah, that was me using a key, but it turns out this was the wrong key.
you fool.
Well,
There's so many layers to the.
a thing happened. Let's just put it like that. And I'm not going to morally judge any of the people involved in it because I don't know any of them. I
Yeah.
don't know the facts well enough to be able to do so. And neither does Gabriel, and neither do any of you. So shut up.
And here's another fun factor is this is one of those situations where, there is no real gaming news exactly. So when something finally does, all it is a game's been announced or a game's been released, something like this. So when something finally does happen, even if it's mostly trivial, everyone goes batshit and then the machine kicks in.
The point that this matter is in the area which is in the public interest is the point where it makes us doubt the validity or the integrity of Kotaku or gaming journalism in general. And if it was really this event that made you realise that gaming journalism in general has a bit of a bias problem, then where the hell have you been, Charlie?
Oh God, welcome to Earth. Standard atmosphere, mostly nitrogen, I believe, with some oxygen. A lot of different languages, so you're probably going to have to learn a new one if you go to a different lump. Oh God, that's the funniest part about this for me. This has hurt gaming journalism's credibility, and I died laughing, was taken to my nearest necromancer and revived.
Well, let's not tar all of gaming journalism with the same brush.
I'm sort of more of a jerk about
Suffice
this.
to say, bias exists, but this situation that happened is not worse than the whole Kane and Lynch GameSpot debacle.
Because that was an actual one.
Yeah.
That was an actual one where the machinery of how video game websites pay for themselves and operate.
Okay, shush for a second, because Garrett's about to demonstrate his musical skill. Thanks, Garrett.
Amazing. That was fucking gripping.
That costs money.
Yeah, because the whole GameSpot thing was, video game websites are ad funded. Mostly I'm trying to think of ones that pay their, writers that aren't. And if, all these ads are going to be video game related. So if a company is paying for space on said website, and that website then modifies review scores to promote a game, as in, corrupting the line between editorial and advertorial, then that's a legitimate thing, because this is the system by which gaming, media sustains itself.
There's a problem. There does need to be more regulation of press bias in games journalism, I think.
I find it kind of weird, because if someone came out and said, hey, you know what's really fucking great? This Aliens Colonial Marines. This is amazing. Graphics, stellar. Gameplay, amazing. Beta tested out the wazoo, not a glitch in sight. People would play it eventually, and that person would just be a human you never, ever, ever listen to.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
I knew it was here somewhere.
Oh. So what was that? Was that a key or was it just some coins?
That was secret loot.
Oh, okay, cool.
They were engagement rings actually, and the secret objective was, hey, we found some rings. Let's give them to Basso and his lady friend because we're
fucking sweetie.
Because we're such a good sport.
It's important to have a sweet side. I think you gotta have a little bit of a sweet side.
Well, that's what makes Garrett a nice, compelling character.
Depth.
I mean, yeah, he's got a playful morality about him. But
you know who would love things that I'm about to steal? Friends of mine.
yeah,
It's caring.
I mean, it sort of appeals. I mean, the thing with Garrett is, I guess he's a basic egotist. He's like, I will give this to friends and they'll be amazed and go, wow, you're such a good thief, Garrett. I'm glad you're our friend. And I'll go, yes, you should be.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome.
Oh, God. I had a feeling one patrolled around here.
Because you've played through this mission a million times.
Yep.
Back in, what was early 2000s Yahtzee doing? Beyond playing this.
Masturbating, mostly.
Alright.
Oh, hey, that was my 8th knockout.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's one of the objectives of this mission. Don't kill anyone, but get some of that wrist practice in.
Hot dunk. Did he see you? I think he said something.
No, I don't.
He doesn't look.
Well, he wasn't alerted. He might have caught a glimpse, but he wasn't alerted.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ongoing joke for me is, I mean, in Australia you can get, positive media coverage for a pack of fucking smarties.
But I think it's wrong-headed to believe people when they say that this is about maintaining the integrity of games journalism.
Well, yeah, because that's a joke. Because it's if this is your first clue that there was ever any kind of nepotism, then
yes, we said that. But this whole debacle is, I think, just another battleground in the ongoing conflict between SJ and anti-SJ.
Two teams. Let's just say two teams, because that's all it is. You're just teams waving fucking flags.
And both sides have reasonable parties and people who do unreasonable things. But both sides only perceive the unreasonable sides of the other side.
And this is why it's bad to wave flags. This is why it's bad to have teams. It obscures thought.
Yeah.
Like, just listen to a person. If they sound like a nutbar, then okay, that's a nutbar. You don't have to go, okay, every person who claims to hold that flag is now a nutbar. Like, that's the thing. These flags have lots of hands on them. You can't,
I make it a point of pride to expose myself to both sides. I've read social justice blogs, I've read anti-social justice blogs. Honestly, on balance, I prefer the anti-social justice stance because the social justice stance seems to be the one that mainly tries to silence and censor. I'm not saying anti-SJ never does that. It's just that SJ
so again, and you have to qualify that because the first thing someone's going to think is, oh, you expressed one thing, therefore you must be completely on that team.
That's a shame. I was talking to Jim Sterling this week, and he was having a problem where he was sort of drawn into the argument just by saying that he had no comment.
I literally didn't even know about this until people started tweeting to me. Boy, I got the cryptic one I got was, man, you guys are going to have a 2-hour drown out on Saturday. I'm like, huh?
We may yet prove them right. But saying no comment is itself a comment. People interpret that as saying, you don't entirely believe with us, therefore you're the enemy, you must be converted.
Yeah, this is what I mean. This is the fucking problem. I mean, again, I had heard zero about this. Completely ignorant of the whole thing, never even heard of the game or any of this business. Yoink. I never go to Kotaku because it's just a clickbait site. That's the other thing, is the idea of Kotaku's precious real estate being of value, let alone of any relevant value, is laughable. They need constant attention, so they just anything that, even shit that's so many layers beneath any possible hint of news gets put on Kotaku because they need stuff. They need just the constant cycle of stuff.
I guess that's my point. If you think this has shown that Kotaku has no journalistic integrity, then the answer is to not read Kotaku anymore. I already have started doing that, and my life has been enriched. There's no need to just debate and argue about it.
Well, that's the thing. I swear these sites live and thrive on just their comment sections. It's just where people go to yell at each other.
And there's no need to dox and harass and that just makes you look bad. It just gives fuel to the other side.
Yeah, that's arming your opponent, you dingbats.
Yeah.
There's a great line in the Ghostbusters animated series. If good cheats, evil automatically wins. And if you think you're good, then you're obligated to uphold. Simple as that. Yeah, don't lower yourself to negative behavior. Two wrongs don't make a right.
I think I once made the point with the sentence, maybe rethink your actions if the enemy propagandists don't need to make shit up.
Yeah.
I was saying that when the Americans were torturing people.
Yeah. They put me in a nude dude pile. Yeah, there's the picture of it. There's literally the picture of it.
Yeah, well, there's photographic evidence. They're all smiling and looking proud.
There's thumbs up and everything. This is a difficult topic. We should talk about something much simpler like Ferguson or something.
I'm just saying SJ versus anti-SJ is like Israel and Palestine. No one's coming out of that looking good, and it's just a big shit argument on both sides.
Well, see, I've actually done Introduction to Sociology, and I do courses, like I'm doing a Indigenous Perspectives course at the moment, and that deals with a lot of the ideas that SJWs like throw around, and there is a lot of value to a lot of these ideas. The thing, things like what's that thing that starts with P? They all go on about having privilege.
Patriarchy?
Privilege.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah, the idea of that is actually a really effective thought fucking experiment. The thing is, it falls apart when you apply it to a human in the face of their actual life story, because it disregards an independent experience for the presumption of, based on just, a small fact about them. That's why it was only ever used in, like sociology classes as a thought experiment. It was something to open up people to ideas. And, things like standpoint theory, these are all really, really interesting. It was actually a surprise for me, because I was expecting it to kind of sound like the internet makes it sound. And then you read it by, actual people, and it's all very sensible. Like, people who engage in standpoint theory talk about how it's an important tool to discover a process to better understanding. You don't just take the opposite standpoint and act as though that's the objectively correct position, because it's just another one like the first.
Well, yes, things are nuanced.
Yeah, well, I mean, the one guy I've been reading is a really good educational theorist, Torres Strait Islander guy by the name of Martin Nakata.
Well, I don't got none of your fancy book smarts.
Fancy book smarts, but he's been quite illuminating and quite interesting on a lot of these topics. And it's just nice to see that there is sound theory to this. It's not just bleatings of lunatics.
All I know for certain is that, I'm against censorship.
Yeah, and
if the feminists are going to do that, I'm going to be against them for it.
I'm against anybody doing that. You can talk against. You can't stop someone from talking. I want you to. If you want to deny the Holocaust, great. I want to hear that, because it's probably funny, and then we can all have a big long thing afterward, pointing out where you're wrong.
There were a lot of people were complaining that a lot of articles were getting pulled after pressure from feminists about the thing. Well, talking about.
The problem is it's impossible to gauge. Again, you want something on the internet, who's doing what?
Well, yes.
We've got no way of proving anybody direct involvement or anybody doing anything for any set reason. It's like trying to find the water in the sewage. Like, it's there, but...
I mean, if someone, posts something like, I hate niggers and think they should all be killed, don't censor that. Respond to it. Tell them why he's wrong. I think both sides should be allowed to... Both sides should be allowed to present their conclusion, then present the facts that led them to that conclusion, and then everyone should just digest all of that. And if you have faith that your facts are true, what are you so afraid of?
Well, it's something I saw a talk on David Marr gave, which was a real interesting thing about how we perceive the minds of others.
I need to find the key for this door, but I don't know.
We all tend to think that everyone is more vulnerable to messages than we are. It's one of those things where we forget that. Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that. That's interesting.
You can carry bodies. I'm pretty sure some of these guards have keys on them. I think
maybe the guy that is walking back and forth in the dumbwaiter area that you keep running away from.
Well, I can't
maybe shoot him in the head or something like that. No, you can't.
I can't kill anyone because I'm not a murderer. I'm a rogue with a heart of gold. Me. I think.
Was that a cage up above or a chandelier?
No, it's a chandelier. Yeah. Why would there be a cage?
I realized it was a chandelier the second the words were out of my mouth. It just looked like a cage. So my brain's gone, roof cage! And, there's the bits of your brain sort of go faster, so you make mistakes quicker and then recover quicker than your mouth can. So by that stage, I'd already said, cage.
Okay, then.
I don't know. This whole thing's been comical. I feel sorry for Jim, because, how do you... This is what I mean. Like, we were forced to fucking talk about this. Yeah. I don't want to fucking talk. I don't give a shit. This is fucking meaningless to me. Meaningless to fucking most of us, to be honest. I will say, though, it is funny. I do like seeing that Phil Fisher's quit again.
That guy's like a stoplight.
There's, he's one of the, beautiful signs of seasonal change in the gaming industry. The leaves are changing. Peter Molyneux's making some insane promises. Phil Fisher's quitting again. It's how we know when to bring in the harvest.
I think the only thing that I'm willing to state in terms of allegiance or positioning of things is that I don't believe that all men oppress all women nor do I believe all women oppress all men, or that all whites oppress all blacks, or all blacks oppress all whites. What I believe is that those in power oppress those who are not in power. And whoever is the one that has power changes from level to level, to situation to situation. Like, you know, in a boardroom, the white CEO, white male CEO might have all the power, but his wife might control the spending in his house. And if you abuse the power, then you're the asshole. I don't think any particular group is more prevalent to abusing their power than any other.
Well, that, and again, you know, if you, like, this is what I mean, like...
Well, you went to school in, like, a white minority school, right?
Yeah.
And you were bullied for being white?
Well, I guess this is the funny thing about my thing was sort of, yeah. My school was a bit like the prison in American History X. Everyone was ultra racist, but at the same time, there's a pragmatism to poverty that makes people just work and live together. So, sometimes the Aboriginal kids would pick on me for being white, but they'd mostly pick on me because I was a faggot that read books. And the white guys would pick on me because I was a faggot that read books. The Vietnamese kids would pick on me because I was a faggot that read books. It was like being picked on by the cast of Captain Planet. Like, it was the one thing that could bring the races together. And this is what taught the lie of race to me at a very early age. Because they all said the same thing about each other. Like, you know, they stay away from them, they'll get you. It's like, you fucking knocked me out of my chair like an hour ago because I insisted the red spot on Jupiter was a storm. And it's like, you know, this is what I mean. It's fucking asinine.
I favour the argument that does not rely on demagoguery or generalisation or hyperbole. And to my mind, there's a lot of that in social justice.
Well, again, these ideas have a lot of validity, but people who know how to use them correctly and aren't using them as a platform to be the bully themselves. I just think there's two kinds of bullied people. Some want to end bullying, and others just want to become the bully.
Exactly.
And
if you the only true moral judgment is what you do with the power you have, and everyone has a certain degree of power, even if it's only over like the ants in the garden.
Well, again, like you'd be surprised how much power you have in yourself to just fucking ignore shit. Like when people talk about like getting bullied over Twitter, it just cracks me up. Because unless you're in my face, you have no power. Like, I don't care. Like, you have the power to just go, I don't care what that person thinks. Like, who are all these people to you? Like, it's just so perplexing to give a shit about someone who's miles away. Like, if they tweeted you a picture of your house or your door or something, alright, fine, that's a concern. But otherwise, it's just fucking sad monkeys on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm against all censorship.
Yeah.
I think this is just part of the discourse, and if you can't handle someone saying something, then, you know, get out of the kitchen.
You know what they're going to say. Like, before any of this goes off, you know what they're going to say. The reason people make rape threats is because it gets a response. Yeah. And I think if you're going to tally all the threats made on the internet and then compare it with ones that were actually followed through on in any way, shape, or form, it'd be like dividing into infinity. Like, it's...
Yeah, there's always going to be a dissenting view. Just
yes, those people are morons, but they're also completely ineffectual. All you have to do to, like, silence them is just...
There was the key. It was on his belt. I didn't want to go over to him in the room because he turns.
He actually turns around. Yeah,
he turns around a lot.
He's the highly trained guard.
Right. I think now we can finish our objectives.
I think fundamentally it's like, are you using any of these ideas to break down barriers, or are you using them to prop them up?
That's what gets about social justice. They don't want apologies. They just want to, like, build walls between people. Don't co-opt other people's culture. Don't, like, walk on eggshells around people who've had shitty lives. I want people get at me for using words like retard or like mocking, using like transphobic language, but I was raised, maybe this is a British Australian thing, but I was raised in a culture that says that at first you're hostile to someone, and then you walk on eggshells, try not to offend them, and then you like jokingly mock them.
Yeah,
it's not like jokingly mocking is just another facet of hostility. It's the next level of acceptance.
Yeah, it's ignoring a very important contextual element of the communication, and it's again like, and wherever you aim your arrow is, like.
I don't believe in the idea of an inherently bad word.
No,
I don't believe you can separate intention from an argument.
They empower words over empowering people, and that's the other thing that fucking bugs me.
Boy, it's a shame that not everyone's as smart as us, isn't it?
It's the tragedy of our time, Yancy.
Gosh, we're what martyrs we are.
I will sacrifice myself upon an altar.
Are we done talking about the thing we didn't want to talk about?
Well, I think we're growing on. We've grown out from that to, I think, some broader arguments.
Duh.
Oh, well, lucky the gem is dark or whatever the fuck.
Oh, there's the first.
Where's he going?
First mission, probably upstairs. This is the first mission, basically, the tutorial. Oh,
It's like the last
Hopper.
mission in like a big giant light factory or something.
Well, funnily
There's
enough,
the
yes.
testing. Really?
Well, you're in a factory and it's very well lit. I can't see where the hell I'm going.
I can see. Maybe it's because I'm on an angle.
Well, I'm pretty sure there aren't any guards around, so I'll just light up a flare.
Yeah. Because yeah, like it's not to dismiss the core that these people are trying to reach for, and I think that's an easy thing for them to say. That if you disagree with their methods or their arguments, then you automatically disagree with equality. And it's
If you're with us, you're against us. It's that insidious little argument that the Americans were all spouting during the Second Iraq War.
yeah, don't wave flags. It's just a silly thing to do. Just be you and
Don't consider yourself bound.
I think there was a thing on
bound by
To
loyalty
your right,
to
to your
a.
right. Yeah. Oh, it's a brush. I thought it
Don't
was a
consider like being bound by loyalty to a goal or an ideal, meaning you can't criticize any aspects of that ideal.
There's a thing up there, isn't there?
There is a thing somewhere in this room, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was above the bed. Like, get on the bed and look. Oh, right. You gotta find the little switch.
Yes.
Big Bill's red switches. Nobody
There
can
it
find
is.
them.
That's the one we needed. Yeah, the expert objective is pretty strict. You have to get all the gems,
Ah.
and you have to find that secret. I'm pretty sure you have to find it.
Will gaming journalism recover from this scandal?
Well, a nice, like, really big scandal will probably be good for gaming journalism.
You know
But
what I'd like to see? Like, if someone finds, like, an actual investigative reporter risks their life to uncover the kiddie porn dungeon Miyamoto has in his house, and that was the actual inspiration for all the Zelda games.
Well,
Something like that, like there. Then when something like that happens, then we can have an interesting conversation. See, the thing, I wrote a thing on Destructoid once about how gaming journalism needs balls.
What, you wrote an article for Destructoid?
Well, no, they had like a little community blog section, but this did get
Alright.
like the front page thing and all the treatment of an actual article, which was kind of cute. This was like 8 years ago now.
Gaming journalism might benefit from an outside authority.
Well,
Like the what's that organization that
Media Watch.
possibly
We should do a Media Watch thing.
or Ofcom.
Well, the point I made then was something that I saw on IGN, where like there was an article written by an editorial written by somebody going on about. And this was when the Wii first came out, and Nintendo was basically saying people don't want online play, and that was annoying. And the editorial was
There
like,
would they go again with the generalizing arguments?
yeah, and the article was harsh and just going, like Nintendo's just insane, blah 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 blah, etc. 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 And then the next day there was like an interview with Reggie, and it didn't bring any of this up. And it's like, you fucking disingenuous piece of shit. Like, don't, like, back it up. Say, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, just bring one thing up. It's like, yes, we would like online play. And they, they kind of get him to say something about it, and he says the same stock standard reply you expect, and then he doesn't
Yeah.
get pushed on it. And the constant refrain I got was, if any one of us are hard, no one will come to us, we don't make money, and that's it, that's the end of our site.
Well, that's how the publishers exert control
Yeah,
over
and that's-
game journalism, and that's the problem. All publishers and developers, well, a lot of them, exert control over the media in various ways.
And this is the fundamental basis of gaming journalism, which is why any sort of, complaint about it being some sort of wound to it is missing the fact that it's a staggering zombie already.
Some of it is.
Okay, I don't consider you a journalist. You're
Well,
a
that's a
critic and
shame,
an
because I
analyst.
do.
Well, you're a critic and it's a subcategory. You're a critic and an analyst. 'Cause
Stop
really,
imposing labels on me. You're just like feminists. Saying, if you believe in us, then you have to be a feminist. No argument.
well, I
I
don't
hate that shit.
I don't know. I mean, by my understanding, I wouldn't really call you a journalist. Do you have a key for that one?
Yes, it was this one. Oh.
Well, there we go.
Now I can go back to Basso the Box Man. And
Is
let him...
he a square? Is he a cube-shaped human?
Well, they all are, aren't they? In this era of 3D graphics.
Not
All right,
exactly aged
let's move on.
fantastically.
Don't assume that every member of a single group will not abuse their power if given it. And think for yourself. Now move on.
Think for yourself, schmuck. Have you read any more of Illuminatus? Have you gotten through any of that?
Yeah, like I was just reading it before you arrived.
Yeah.
About halfway through.
Unlock your gizmo.
Just a sec. Well, let me just give Basso his signal, because then we don't have to do anything for a while.
I say, Basso!
Just play the bullet call. And now he's just gonna... Our job was just to clear the guards out of his path. If this was easy difficulty, we could have, like, stopped before we got to the second floor.
I love his run. Running's hard.
Okay, give me another thing.
I'm not wearing the right shoes. Shut up.
Time to turn to our audience questions.
How long have we been talking for?
Surprisingly not as long as I thought. It's just 35 minutes.
In other news, Reggie Fils-Aimé arrested for murder. if only we had time to cover that.
You think you know a guy, and then he goes and does a thing like that.
That's the weirdest thing. Do you think first-person shooters should show the feet? Drunk Jim 420.
Well, this one doesn't.
I think so.
I think it's an interesting debate because one of the problems with first-person platforming, amongst other things, is that it's very difficult to gauge where your feet are going to land. When you're looking like straight on like this, your feet exist in a sort of hypothetical area about 2 meters squared.
I think once you get a sense of the sort of space your character occupies, I think it can be reasonably doable after that.
I think I'm going to turn the brightness up on this video a bit in processing.
Thinking about it, we're independent press when we do these things.
Are we?
Yeah, we're not beholden to any clicks. This could get 1 million clicks, this could get 0. It doesn't fucking matter to us.
No, we don't monetize these videos.
No, yep. We're the last free press for gaming. Come to us for all your information needs that aren't tainted by the gross fingers of money.
We have no buyers whatsoever.
No.
I mean, I don't get review copies of stuff.
No, you go buy them. I was surprised by that. I was like, hey, you must get your review copies. No, let's go to JB. Huh. I suppose that does keep it...
Oh, there they are.
That's what eloping looks like, everybody.
Yep.
Elope.
Run, be free, born free, as free as the wind blows. I'm a little afraid of what the mission complete and loading screen for the next mission is going to do to the record.
It'll completely fucking break it.
Well, guess we'll find out. I was sort of hoping this mission might last the whole hour, but I guess I knew it too well.
Too damn good. Damn your talent. Damn your talent at this.
I say that most days. Damn my talent that separates me from the rest of the human race. Oh, the pain of it all. Yep. We're good.
Are we?
Yep, we're good. Moving on.
Man, what was going on? I have no idea what's happening now.
Load of stuff. Just had to get quickly back into gameplay before people got too confused. Right, we're in the next mission now. Our job... I think this is one of my favourite missions in Thief 2, because it is very pure, very open-ended. The objective is simply get a load of money. And there's a whole lot of places to go. There's no correct way to go to get it.
This is just a clear rip-off of Bonanza Brothers on the Sega Mega Drive.
It's just roam around the warehouse district, nicking everything you lay your eyes upon. Without killing people.
Without murder, yeah.
Oops, accidentally lit a flare there.
Hey, should we check out that flare? Nah. It's just a bird that lost its way.
But yes, do you think characters in FPSs should be able to have their feet on display?
I think now, yeah. I find it really...
I don't find it that important.
I don't think it's...
I mean, I said
it's hard to explain. Like, I can go through a whole game without noticing it, but if I look down and there's no feet, I go, no feet. And then it just becomes a thing.
So yeah, maybe I'm just used to old FPSs, but that doesn't bother me so much.
I think it's just because I've been made used to it. Because I played the old ones as well, but these days it's just, I don't know, I kind of do expect it a little bit.
I have a funny feeling that guard's going to turn to look at me if I approach him.
Is there any reason you're not meant to be here? Can you just walk past him?
Well, yeah, I'm a thief.
Oh, well, yeah, but I thought you could just be walking around you don't have your wacky thing out.
That could have been embarrassing.
I don't know. As it is, the fact that you sort of just cuddled in beside him to the door there was sort of embarrassing.
Do you have a key on you? Oh, you're no use, are you? Oh, wait, I've got my lockpicks in this mission.
That'd have been helpful. Why didn't I bring that last time?
Because you might have unlocked the key to Genevieve's room, and then where would the game have been?
Well, we're done. Do we consider the PS4 and Xbox current gen now by Contra?
Well, I suppose we have to, don't we? But I think the whole concept of gen is something that
Archaic.
is attached to consoles. And consoles is something we should probably do away with.
Yeah.
God.
We need to ignore the console standard. We need to move everything onto pure PC.
Gosh, how I hate them. Should probably have bought some supplies in the shop before we went on this. But I was panicking because the menus wouldn't have shown on the record.
Do you think you'll live to see the future longevity technology?
Hang on, are we done with that? We don't have many of these questions, you know.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be driving a bit more of a debate than that.
We both agree on that.
Okay.
We both literally agree. It's like, yeah, I think it's, we both... Okay. I agree that what you said, that it's dumb to measure generations
for the
now
sake
attached
of
to consoles.
Okay, for the sake of argument, I now disagree.
Fuck you, you fucking cunt.
Well, I do think that the
Yahtzee,
PS3...
you ignorant slut.
In the sense that the PS3 and the 360 are probably going to still be active entities in the marketplace for a very long time, just as the PS2 was for a very long time and still is in many countries.
Didn't the PS2 last like 11 years?
Yeah, I think it's still like the most popular console worldwide.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me if it was still getting played heaps, but I think it was still selling. Like, they were still making them new up until about like 2 years ago or something.
You know, countries that aren't the first world, it does very well.
Poor Brazil and its weird fucking rules.
Because it is now very cheap, because we all as like snobs have moved on.
It's a fucking great console.
And it does have a great console. Some of my favourite games throughout the entire history of gaming history have been on the PS2.
Like, huge library. Like, it is the SNES of 3D.
It had very good third-party support.
Amazing.
Which is a double-edged sword, because it also had a lot of shovelware garbage.
These days it's easy enough. Like, you just go to anywhere, top 50 PS2 games. There'll be some gems in there, you know.
Guy keeps looking over at me. He's making me feel very triggered.
What a jerk. Hit him. Hit him in the back of the head.
I will. It's just there's that other guard that disappeared off to the right. Yep. See, if I'd moved forward when you said to hit him, I would have incriminated myself.
I like that you have this thing that you can whack people on the head with. It just doesn't work if they're looking at you.
So I'm a little worried about where this guy's going.
Oh, they're talking.
There's no shadows around here.
I think he's coming. Can we hear him? What's going on? Peeking! No, he's going away. Run now! Smack him in the brain.
I don't know where he's facing.
Not you. I don't think he ever faces you. He faces the left, the wall to your left and the wall to your right.
Let's just watch his pattern. Look, nope, he's facing me.
I was wrong. I don't know, man. Like, you're in Dark Crystal or whatever.
Okay, he turned, and I'm risking it. Bam! You dead, fool.
You may want to get somewhere, because that other dude's probably going to come back in at some point.
Yep, just better move the corpse.
I just heard, hey.
Oh, piss.
Yeah, alright, action!
I don't want to hurt you, leave me alone.
Oh, that's not a ladder. You just ran into a hole! Alright, that's...
Okay.
Dude, you suck, guard.
If I had flash bombs, this would be over quickly, but as it stands, I must hide.
Zounds! I'm gonna stabbeth you.
There's plenty of darkness up here.
So you can just, like, run into a cupboard and just, they won't look for you. Shut the door on or something.
Oh.
This is awesome. This is great. He locked the door! Oh, this would be great. Can you hide there? Nope.
Ow, no.
Get your sword out. Or is
I can't kill him.
So it is like a game over.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is going from...
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Yassi's gotta run.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck you, Sir Rich-a-Lot.
Remember your priorities. Haha!
That was tense, that was great. It was like escaping the Death Star. You looked around and they were coming and you were like, you can't crouch.
This is why my favourite mode of playing Thief is no quick saves.
That shit's legit. It's real. It's tension. Fucking...
Did I pick up a key?
So hyped right now. I don't know. Far too excited.
Oops, probably shouldn't have looked at that. Okay, those guards will probably just wander around and then forget about me. It shows the importance of being a wary thief. Oh, I'm quite energized now.
I know, that was gripping.
See, when I used to play Thief just like quick saving all the time and then quick loading every time I got spotted, but oh shit!
Well, you're boned.
He took me by surprise. And now I'm trapped.
Oh,
Except
great.
he can't hit me because... Oh. I guess he can.
Ha ho, ha ha, ho.
Oh, well.
Gonna hit you now.
Time to replay the mission.
You fucking suck at games, you fucking idiot. Why didn't you take shit when you left, you fucking moron?
Okay.
I've completed this 80 times, 360 no-scope.
Okay, I bought some stuff this time.
Alright, here's a fun one.
It's more fun to play with no saves, because,
There's consequences.
yes, you can figure out ways around it.
Yeah, like, games with no consequences can be fun, like, you know, various god modes and whatnot can be a bit of shits and giggles, but...
I think I'm going to avoid the indoors.
Might be an idea, yeah.
Because there's a lot of guards doing lots of wide patrol routes. That's another thing I didn't like about more recent stealth games is that the new Thief did this as well, is where it's like point of no return to point of no return. And the levels aren't self-contained, it's just, you know, small
Buggery nuts.
small non-linear section connecting another, like a separate non-linear section to next non-linear section. And all the guards have really small patrol routes. They go look over one thing, then they go look over another. The guards in this level will patrol the entire map. You never know when they're going to show up.
Do you think that they've, you know, made modern... Oh, he's coming right away.
Well,
Oh, you're in the dark.
I'm in the dark, and so is he.
Uh,
Wait a second. Okay, I thought that was one of the special helmets that you can't blackjack.
I don't know. I think that's the guy that killed you. You need to take revenge.
Revenge!
You haven't got your thing out.
Blackjack
again.
revenge! Blackjack revenge again! Fucking finally.
Blackjack Revenge the Third. The Revengening.
Okay, feeling good.
Well, that was fun. I think that demonstrates another good plan too. Another good like sort of theme for this whole episode is when shit goes insane, just hide until it blows over.
Can't pick that lock.
Because it will.
Yes, that's an ask, because I need to get in those sheds to open the big warehouses.
Is there a guy with a key around?
I'm sure there will be somewhere. I know where there's a key indoors, but as I said...
Yeah, indoors is a little hairy. Do the guards get up at all eventually, or is it just a...
No, I think that's kind of disappointing. Because I think if you like choose knocking people out, there should be like... It should be harder to be a good person.
Yeah, like, you should have to, like, store them somewhere.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Tie them up.
Yeah.
But
You've got a finite amount of little zip
I think
ties.
moral choice only works where bad is the easy option, and good is harder.
I don't know. See, I still think the best moral choices that I've had in a game have been from the Walking Dead games, because it's all just miserable choices for miserable things.
Well, my favourite moral choice is the organic kind of moral choice, like what you see in games like Papers, Please.
Okay, calm down.
Where it's like, we can fuck these guys over and stay loyal and not, like, get fined, or we could, like, help them out and risk not being able to feed our family.
Whereas so many games make the bad choice, or, you know, the bad ending feel like just a fail scenario.
Yes, I've said that before.
It's fucking irritating. Or I think it was the one starting with D that we were talking about, Dishonored. Dishonored
Yes,
had, I think, probably
Dishonored.
the stupidest, just the most jarring one.
Yeah, I hated that. Like, from the moment...
Rats are everywhere. Things went to shit, you dick.
For the moment an objective screen said, there may be a different ending depending on how good you are, I just like, oh, well, I guess I can't kill anyone now at all. And I'm just going to play inorganically and try to knock people out the whole time and not use any of my killing tools that might be fun to use.
The idea that like the bodies you left, you know, helped the plague rats come and take over. It's just like,
Don't let
That's a
the
person.
moral choice
That's two people.
get in the way of the fun. Extra challenge is extra fun. That's how games work. And make it an extra challenge to be good. I like that.
Well, the balance between frustrating and fun is a fine one to walk, and I don't think there's any set rules that
Garrett-
you can sort of.
Garrett has a bionic eye, by the way.
Does he really?
Yeah, in canon.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Oops. He's suspicious. I think he saw a body.
Cool. Yeah, he did. Check to your left. I think there's a person.
Oh, you'll find me, will you? I don't think you will, frankly. Piss. Piss, he
He's
turned
awake.
around.
Wait, is he out?
Ow.
Nope. How many times have you played this mission, Yahtzee?
Well, I still haven't memorized the positions of every fucking guard in the game.
Not so fun when the shoe's on the other foot, is it? Why don't you play a game that you're good at?
He cannot see me. I'm in the dark.
I love in reality it'd be a perfectly visible human being just standing in the shade. Like, just...
I'm a master thief.
Hello.
I've learned secret techniques.
Secrets.
Is he moving towards me?
Nope.
No, he isn't. Good. Sometimes if he just, like, does that all the way over to you, then he'll spot you.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's like the active looking stance.
Yep, then he's, like...
Peeking around.
Yeah, that's another thing I like about when graphics were simpler, is that there's immediate body language in the animations. You just go, like, there's the very definite looking for someone animation. Oh, he's seen a body again, but I don't think he'll get alerted by it a second time. Oh, fuck.
Awesome! Oh, the delicious timing.
He turned around, but I couldn't
He whipped
tell.
around with his bow and arrow out, like, just at once. It's just like, well, there, you're back. The twing.
I couldn't tell that he turned around. Oh, for God's sake.
This guy's like the best henchman ever. He deserves a promotion. He's coming for you.
No.
No, I'm a thief, you fucking ring.
Reminds me of that line from Game of Thrones. If we did it your way, Lannister, you'd win. So we're not going to do it your way.
Well, just so you don't fight with honor. No, but he did.
Actually, there was another Game of Thrones line I wanted to quote in the earlier argument. That was Tyrion Lannister's line about if you cut out a man's tongue, then you don't prove him a liar. You're only broadcasting to the world that you're afraid of what he might say. For fuck's sake!
That, I think, is probably one of the funnier parts, is like, if you think that deleting a bunch of stuff is gonna make this go away, you're an imbecile. Like, that's just gonna make people go, proof!
Yeah, it makes people go looking for, like, you know, the internet archive and
I
stuff.
know, like, I once, like, put up a tweet where there was, like, a misspelling, and, like, I deleted it in, like, about 5 seconds, and, like, oh, fuck it, no, so I just went and deleted it, and before I'd even managed to delete it, someone had popped up on my feed going, misspelled it. And I'm like, if that, I've got, like, 4,000 followers, if that can happen with that number of people, someone's gonna see your shit, like, someone's gonna see this. There's evidence of, you know, people hiding something, and if you hide something, people will just take that as proof that it's something worth being hidden.
That's another reason why I'm against censorship. So sorry, I just remembered earlier that was a Tyrion line I wanted to quote when we argued that subject, and I forgot. So it just came back
Now
to me.
we're back. We just save stated that debate, and we're just like, beep.
Okay, we're going to go the other way.
Edit it together. The way you had so much success with last time.
Yes, perhaps.
Maybe go around the back of this way. Like, don't go into this door.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's the good thing about these open-ended levels. If you're stuck on one bit and you can't get past, you can just go around, take another
shit
route.
out. Yeah, it's some fantastic native exploration. Like, again, like, Hitman Silent Assassin was probably my first exposure to...
And you can't have games with levels these massively sprawling after they introduced all those important, really good graphics that everyone has to have now.
Fancy doodads and your PhysX and... just marvelous.
Oh, fuck! This is unreasonable.
Yahtzee, suck buttons, Kershaw. Yahtzee, clumsy fingers, Kershaw. Stupid thief can't hide.
How would we get by if guards knew how to duck? Oh shit, I forgot. I bought flash bombs for this
that's right. You actually have kit this time, right?
Right, let's use one. If that guy want to start causing trouble again, I'm ready for him.
Here's a fun one.
Okay, questions.
1337, which I believe to be some kind of hacker code. Penguin King.
What could it mean?
I don't know. Beans?
The year 1337, the birth date of Adam Weishaupt.
Illuminati!
Although it wasn't.
Yahtzee and Gabe to James Lipton inside the actor's studio.
1723 was the birth date of Adam Weishaupt. That's why 17 and 23 occur so often.
I love that you're reading Illuminatus. It just makes me happy.
Well, I knew that fact from Deus Ex, but yes, you were saying.
Okay, so here you go, Yahtzee. I'm going to be James Lipton.
Oh, nice.
What is your favorite word?
Serendipitous.
Fucking twit. What is your least favorite? I'm just teasing you. What is your least? That's what James Lipton does. He abuses his people that he's in. Have you never watched Inside the Actor's Studio?
No, I haven't, actually.
Oh, dude, it's great. He called Nicole Kidman a gaping gash.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. What's your least favorite word?
Pregnant.
You don't want kids.
I just think it's a really ugly word as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
It just sort of gets stuck in the middle. I hate it.
Stuck in the middle with
I like
pregnant.
words that flow. It's my poetic instincts.
What turns you on?
Direct physical contact of the penis.
What turns you off?
The direct physical contact of the inside of the large intestine.
What stuff? What sound or noise do you love?
What sound or noise do I love? Small rocks falling in the aftermath of an explosion.
Weirdly specific. What sound
Don't
or
you like
noise
that?
do you hate?
The
The explosion.
2 polystyrene blocks being rubbed together.
Good choice. What is your favorite curse word?
Twat.
Nice.
Didn't even have to think.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
That's a tricky one. I've only ever wanted to be a writer, and I am one.
Huh. That's weird.
What's that guy doing?
I've always, I've wanted to be a million things going through life. I've been so directed.
Well, maybe that's why you never made anything of yourself. He who has interest in everything truly has interest in nothing, or at least doesn't know what interest is. I mean, I couldn't...
Yeah, didn't we have that discussion, and didn't you not know what interest was?
I know what interest is. I can't help being interested in writing. It occupies my every waking moment.
Yeah, I'm not saying, I'm not saying that...
Probably just...
I love watching that miss. Alright,
Seems
so...
to keep happening.
Would you like to be maybe just a better writer?
Well, let me think of that. What profession would I like to attempt? I guess maybe film direction?
Fair enough. What profession would you not like to do? All of them.
Builder?
Anything involving
Accountant?
work.
Anything involving
Work.
hard,
Anything-
specialised work that I
act-
haven't done any training for?
You'd like to not do any actual work. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I'd like it to be kind of like the Christmas in Heaven scene from Monty Python Meaning of Life. I want them to be singing and dancing and angels with their tits out. And like just go to the middle going, it's Christmas in heaven, there's great films on TV. The sound of music twice an hour.
I don't
and
like the sound of
Jaws
music.
1, 2, or 3.
Jaws 3 is terrible.
Well, I think it's just for the rhyme.
Alright, my turn. What's your favorite word, Gabe? Oh, that's a good question, Gabe.
Can I ask you the questions?
Well, no, because you're playing.
Okay.
You see the problem I'm gonna have
Well,
here?
what input am I going to have?
Fucking nothing. You can respond to the answers I give, much like me being a dickbag with your answers. Jesus
Alright.
fucking Christ.
All right, come on then.
Creative types. What is my favorite word?
Hey, someone's having a conversation here.
Oh,
The city has certainly changed.
I gotta think about mine for a second.
A lot of that's because
It's not as fucking cliched as Yahtzee's.
just last week.
What was cliched about my answer?
I like percussive words.
Why was my answer cliche?
Because serendipitous is a fucking common answer.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I never watched the bloody
I'm
show.
teasing you. I mean, it is a very common answer, but it's just funny that you picked that.
While I was in Dayport, I had to stop.
What? Did that flash bomb do anything?
Yeah, I made them both blinded. That's why
okay.
they were all going.
I thought they were talking. I don't
That's why they were all going. "Rubble-lubble-dub."
At the moment, I've fallen back in love with a Indigenous Australian slang term for the vagina. Just term, I suppose. I'm not sure if Indigenous languages really had much in the way of slang. For the vagina, which is mut. I love that. I think it's such a simple.
The mud.
The mut.
It's like the opposite of the pussy, almost.
I know. I just like, you fucking mut. Like it's overtaken cunt. It's a fantastic swear. So I'd say at the moment, like it changes a lot. At the moment, mut. It's beautiful and it's just shortened to the
Funny
point.
how we use words meaning cat to refer to vagina, but I don't. But you would think that we would, in response, use words meaning dog to refer to the penis, but we don't.
We use every euphemism available under the sun for everything, really. I mean,
I'm gonna start calling my penis Bonzo the Wonderhound.
I support you in your life choice.
Thank you.
What is my least favorite word? I'm not sure if I could really decide. I have a word
You've
that I
been saying
fucking
who asked
hate.
these questions of us, because I never keep track if you do.
Leet Penguin King, yes, I did. Remember we had the discussion about his name being Hacksaw.
Yeah, names just sort of go in one ear and out the other.
Least favorite word. I don't know. All I can think is words I like now. Every time I think of a word that I sort of don't like, I see an appeal to it. Words I don't like.
I saw a guy go in here. I need to sort him out.
Mole.
Mole?
Yeah, it's a thing bogan Australian women refer to each other as when they're angry. Like, oh, you fucking mole. And it's just...
Well, is that any reference to a gangster's mole?
Yeah, and it just...
It's referred to like a trophy girlfriend?
Yeah, it's kind of... It's
bit
almost...
of fluff to carry on your arm?
It's faintly synonymous with something like slag, like you'd use it like that. And I don't hate the word...
Oh shit, there's two of those guys walking around here.
That's
well,
great.
that was the problem.
I probably don't hate the word exactly, it's just an extension of the people who would say it. Just fucking... It's like the phrase, wake up to yourself. I just go, because it's just something said by fucking retarded out of suburbanites.
Need to hide the corpse.
What turns me on? Yeah, probably pretty much the same as the arts, with the addition of confidence. I like confidence.
Oh, well, if we're doing that, I like independence in a woman.
Yeah, confidence and independence. I like a girl who has things to do and doesn't need me around. Doesn't need me, is basically. I'm blind. Turns off neediness. I can't deal with neediness. What sound or noise do you love? I've always been quite fond of cat purring, just because it's a very familiar, sort of relaxing sound. You know, when a little ball comes up and sits on your lap and just purrs away.
Sorry, that's not purring.
It's snoring, Yahtzee. Yeah, I like it. I like cat purring. Sound or noise do I hate?
I tend to associate the sound of purring with that one cat I used to live with that really loved me, but used to show it by purring and batting my face while I was trying to sleep.
That's fantastic.
I mean, it was very lovable, but I was also fucking tired.
Yeah, doesn't understand humans operate on different times.
Hey, it's a nobleman. I love these guys.
Bean him.
Hello.
That reverse animation is just marvelous. That was fantastic.
Civilians you can knock out even if they're alerted.
Because they're not wearing a helmet. Sound or noise I hate. Probably possum fighting.
Possum fighting?
Yeah, it honestly sounds like someone running an outboard motor in a really deep bucket. Like, the noise they make is just fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
One of my favorite curse word, but we already covered that.
Aha, that's what we want.
Yeah, mut. Try it. Take it for a spin. I think it's a fantastic word. Mut should become the new cunt. Cunt's old hat. It's been done, yeah.
Mut.
Yeah, mut. Yeah, fucking mut.
Oops.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? I don't know. I was tossing up being a cop before I decided on teacher.
Well, cops have a bad rap these days.
That's why you need good cops.
Oh, of course.
Like, simple as that. Like, that's, you know, if good people don't become police, you get bad police.
I guess this was my argument with our earlier thing, is that you can't say all of X are bad.
No. Well,
that's generalization, and I oppose it in all its forms.
And again, you know, it is terrifying. Bad police are terrifying because of the authority.
Well, I do think that power corrupts, and policemen are like ordinary people who have been given power.
Well, that's why I think, remember that you're part of the community, and that's the important part. And I've met a lot of really good cops who are like, you know, it's about community building, it's about this, it's about that. And I think is good. I think when you get an adversarial relationship between you and the people, that's a mess.
I think policies of community policing have been shown to work better than just, you know, someone might show up if you ring them up.
Yeah. You know, be seen, talk to people.
0928, remember those numbers.
0928, give it a try. What profession would you not like to do? Oh, yeah, you're in the thing.
Yep.
0928.
Yes, thank you.
I'm helping. Not like to do. I would not like to. I did.
We're in.
Worked for a place that did setup for market stalls and stuff like that. So we'd start by walking around doing this fiddly, irritating job, setting up little tents for, like, you know, South Bank markets and whatnot, and then at the end of that we'd take it down. And it was just Sisyphean torture. Because with other forms of laboring, at least you're constructing or you're accomplishing. You know, I did removals, and that was okay, because you'd Finish.
Sisyphean, mighty pretty mouth you got on you there, boy.
Oh, come on, that's a fucking well-known cultural... There's a thing up there.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, you and I probably realise that it's a reference
Well,
to
Google,
Sisyphus.
Google Sisyphus, and it's... The
man...
Then you can go use it. It's
the
a
man
fun
who
thing.
in the Greek underworld was forced to continually push a boulder up a hill. And
Only
then
to not get it to the very tippy top, and
Only
then it would fall back down and have to start again.
That's what Sisyphean means.
Yeah, doing
in
the
case
same
you
thing
didn't
over and over again with
realise.
no progress.
Sorry if we sound patronising, but as we've established, we are the only two smart people on the internet.
It's fucking hard, man. If heaven exists, what would I like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Yes.
Okay, I could probably got two answers for this, just because I'm sort of torn and I can't really decide. The first one is I just show up and I'm confused, and God's just standing there, and there's a weird silence, and then he just goes, and that's it. The other thing I'd like to hear is just we apologize for any inconvenience.
See that? Hitchhiker's reference.
Yeah.
See, that sound just kind of makes me think that God has just took one look at you and thought, I'm not touching this shit.
Well, too bad.
It's a dismissive
If
sound.
God exists, I'm responsible.
Fucking come in, man. I
Write
don't even
this
want
off.
to. I don't even want to start.
Did the best with what I had, you jerks. Especially you, God. I don't know if I...
Is that all the questions then?
That's the James Lipton questions, yes.
Does this mean we're better than everyone in Hollywood now as well?
Oh, well, yeah, we started out that way. I think that's
Yes, I suppose.
that's sensible. Oh, look,
Hey,
stuff.
This is the one owned by the guy who got evicted because he was running a secret gambling ring. See? Environmental storytelling, bitch. Oh, hey, a safe.
Here's a good one. What are your in-depth opinions of love, Mr. Peanut 134, who I believe is a robot trying to learn about our ways?
Actually, shall we leave that for next time?
Oh, we done.
Yeah.
Ah, Tits McGee.
I'm just gonna... Let me just... assemble some closing arguments.
Let me just climb up onto the top of this little shelf.
Oh, mantling physics are very weird in like the Dark Engine games. Because the key to the safe is up here. Damn you!
Me wanty! Is there any other kind of way? Maybe you get up the other way.
How you tease me.
There you go. See, there's a little lump on the
I
ground.
can't even mantle onto this bed
Okay,
now.
try that. You'll be able to get on. There you go.
Okay.
Alright. Next time. Okay, come on. We can do this. Alright, yeah. Alright, try again. Okay. Come on, you can do it.
I feel like I'm trying to pole vault with my erect cock.
I want to see someone try that just so I can see a human being drive themselves dick first into the dirt. That would make me chuckle.
Well, why don't you do it and film it for the
Because
internet?
I'm not an imbecile. I encourage imbeciles to do things like that.
You pronounce that word weird.
No, I don't. Imbecile. It's like people who say cretin or cretin. I think there's like validity, but I don't nitpick about either.
It almost sounds sarcastic saying imbecile.
I like drawing it out. I like the drawn out pronunciation of imbecile.
So you're making more headway on this side.
Speaking of just watching you hump a wall.
Shall we just...
Yahtzee crochet wall humping. Okay, so just come up with your thing. I don't think we need to get up on the fucking wall for this to occur. I think you're adding artificial gameplay restrictions to this.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a humping sound effect. Hey!
See, I love that because I have no idea what the variable was that changed that allowed you to accomplish that time.
Not a terribly well play-tested one, I'll wager.
Found secret.
Okay, found gold. Show's over, go home.
Fuck off, you mutt.
I love Satan.
Oh, me too.
You bitch, I'll claw your eyes out. He's like, yeah, I'll knock out servants and nickel their gold. I'll knock out nobles and nickel their gold.
I think that's a good theme for this entire thing.
I am no judge. Everyone is just a big wallet walking around on legs.
You're just cash.
And all the games involve him having to ally with a faction, but he always does it reluctantly. Like in this game, like the principal villain are the evil mechanists who are trying to industrialize the world. So he has to side with the nature-loving pagans.
Damn mechanists. Do the hippies turn out to be doing something stupid at any point?
Not in this game. Like the hippies were the bad guys in the first game.
Ah.
So we're just sort of going back and forth, really. Huh.
Gotta make the money.
Now, here's a good example of what I'd call emergent storytelling. We found a sort of secret alcove behind these crates that seems to contain a gear in a position of worship. This will come up later.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's the machine people.
Yes.
Okay.
See, that's how you do storytelling, not just fading out to cutscene every 10 yards.
What's this? A gear. Must be the machinist's lair of worship. They worship machinery because they believe it will bring the age of reason to humanity.
Kind of got myself lost now because it's too dark. Okay.
There we go.
I think this is where we need to go, yes.
Oh, that seems nice. You kids, hurry down now. Dinner's ready.
Yes, this is a game. It's about the absurdity of taking sides. It's funny we should bring that up.
Like I said, it's a good theme in general.
Alright, well, let's stop talking around this elephant we're all sitting on.
Let's stop having fun.
Something happened this week in games.
I think we're just gonna refer to it as that.
Yeah,
something.
we're not going to address specifics because you probably know we're talking. Well, you won't probably if this is a few months down the line. And
good luck to you.
And news has moved on as it inevitably will.
I think the more interesting thing about all this is it's kind of the larger conversations, because ultimately what's happened is trivial, personal, and asinine. Really,
let's just say a thing has happened relating to a.
Amazing the way he's walking.
As long as the jewel at the bottom of the screen is dark, I can't be seen.
Oh, okay.
It's white because I'm in light. If he saw me, if he turned around, then he would have seen me.
I shouldn't make fun. I shouldn't be such a dick.
That's a good rule for life, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I it's one of those situations where yes, it looks fucking corny now, but you have to judge it in relation to the time when it was released. Like that's.
Well, yes, but it's still fun to play.
I think you've got an emotional bond to it that makes it fun. If I sat down and tried to play this just fresh, I'd be like,
Well, possibly. I mean, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've played this mission a million times. I mean, I can't really look at the map because the maps don't show on the record, but I don't really
crash fraps.
I don't really need the map at this point.
I had that problem a lot in one of my records.
It doesn't crash fraps. It just sort of doesn't appear and like freezes the video for a bit while it's up.
That's fun. Was that a map there on the bed that you ignored?
No, it was just a document, but it has the same problem.
Yeah. So picking it up does an auto-read thing that just sort of makes the game go...
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Somewhere our listeners are like, when are they going to talk about it?
Let's just talk about this game and why it's great. Why do we need to ruin everything?
Why does everything have to be spoiled by people?
Right, I'm just going to demonstrate a flash bomb here. It's difficult to use these without also getting flashed yourself.
Interesting.
Well, yeah.
Case in point.
But if someone's blinded,
it is funny. Like,
if someone's alerted and trying to attack you,
you can.
Then they can't be knocked out. But
interesting.
If they're blinded, they're fair game.
If I don't see it, a blow to the head, instantly just asleep for like 8 hours. It's amazing.
Yeah,
That's her door. Guess Basso can open it. He's not much of a sneak, but he can sure handle a lock.
Yeah, the plot of this mission is we're helping an old friend, Basso the Boxman, elope with a servant girl who's been locked in her room by her evil mistress.
It's a tale as old as time, really. I mean, how many of us have not gone through that exact point?
There's the theme of, class discrepancy comes up a lot in the Thief games. But what I like about
a good foundation for a story like this.
What I like about Garrett as a character is that he never takes sides. I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge amount of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat? Hello, welcome to Let's Drown Out.
More just. Yeah. I suppose you may as well just sing for the rest of this, given what a slow news week it's been.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the game before we get distracted. Last week I chose the random word, audibly. So that obviously led us to conclude a game that is based some way around sound. And that gave us a bit of a problem, because we usually turn the sound down to record these things.
He left his lights on.
Otherwise we get a little bit of a doubling.
But Thief 2 is one of my favourite games, and this is Thief 2, The Metal Age, which...
Metal! I can't hear Metal Age without just...
One of the major gameplay mechanics is how audible we're being. because for some reason Garrett is the kind of thief who goes to work wearing tap shoes.
And when people are still in the house.
Yeah. Well, he likes the challenge, I suppose. He's a master thief.
It's fun. Has there been a because this game's showing its age probably a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's an arse to record. I mean, it doesn't show any maps or menus, so we can only record the gameplay.
Has there been a modern sort of game that has, you think, carried the true spirit of these early thieves?
Well,
Thieves?
certainly not the most recent thieves.
That's interesting. If it's a title, is it Thieves? Well, because the title is technically Thief, so is two of the Thief games Thieves?
Well, we just say the Thief series.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing grammar at uni now, so I find myself asking dumb questions that aren't important.
Good plan. Because the first two Thief games are two of my favourite games of all time. Well, mainly Thief 2. Thief 1 was a bit too combat-y. What I like about Thief 2 is you're like an incredibly cynical man who's up against...
That Yahtzee's drawn to for some reason.
Yeah, but you know...
Ooh, there's two of them.
Oh, how will I deal with them?
I don't know. How are you going to deal with?
Bop. Bop.
Alright, yeah. You know how I said the game is showing its age a bit?
That always happens.
What?
One of them notices the other one's corpse just before they fall unconscious. So
Not when they get hit.
No. They notice corpses, they don't notice people falling over.
Super duper. I suppose when this was like, what, 2001, 2002, somewhere around that realm?
Roundabouts.
Yeah. Are you really? You're taking them.
What I didn't like about the new Thief is that they just made Garrett into Batman. I said this in the review. He's just like, oh, no one understands me. I am the knight, dark, broody, etc. In these games, he's just, you know, he likes a laugh. He makes cynical quips. He only steals to make money. There's no sort of idealism behind it.
Oh, but the kids love the Batman, Yahtzee.
Fucking Batman. Batman ruins everything. Batman's the worst thing in everything about Batman.
Yeah.
I'd only like his villains.
And that was the thing, like, when Batman Begins came out, nobody gave a shit. There wasn't all this Batman could win any fight. It was just like, oh, that was an okay movie. Hey, buddy, your knight's about to get... I'd love it if you just turned around.
Oh.
I love the kind of old 60s spy show judo chop reaction that the guards get.
Ah, yes. Judo chop. The joke being judo is a grappling art.
Yep. One that can still really goddamn hurt, though.
The other thing I like about Thief 2 is that all the levels feel like they're an actual environment people live in. They're all like self-contained maps, kind of like the Hitman games.
What era is this set in? Or is it...
It's just generic Fantasyland.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it is fantasy. Okay.
It's a sort of mixture of Elizabethan and Victorian.
Yeah, I thought it was... I came into this thinking historical, and I'm just like, that... Huh? It's not steam. Is it electric?
It's a standard sort of setting. There's a city, it's got rich nobles, and it's got peasants.
Do you think that, what was it, Dishonored carried a little bit of this reasonably effectively?
I think Dishonored's problem was a lack of personality in dialogue.
Please don't play games.
It had no villain. Like, it had a villain for a second, and then you beat him in, like, the fourth stage.
Well, it had a few, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, it's...
This guy's outwitting me.
There was no...
Stop outwitting me.
The characterization of the villain opposite the hero was just... It shifted once weirdly in the center of the narrative.
And all the dialogue
like,
just seems
much
to
to its
be...
detriment, I think.
I think some people write dialogue in a way with no personality whatsoever, where it's just, this dialogue is intended to bring X, Y, and Z across, so we'll just do that, and then move on.
And then you get the people who write fluff dialogue for The Witcher.
So you just end up with guards in Dishonored saying, let us meet later for cigars. Yes, let's do that.
We are human friends.
Yes. We are looking out for bad guys who are sneaking around. Yes, we are.
I've watched whole YouTube videos of just Witcher fluff dialogue.
The Thief is
so much of it's good.
Thief is just full of personality. Even this moment has a little personality about it. I snuck up in the dumbwaiter and I'm nicking stuff right in front of his eyes. Ha ha.
You can't pop out and go, whoa, bap, and smack him in the noggin.
That would be dumb. Because we're playing on expert mode.
Ooh.
In expert mode, you can't kill anyone.
Thrilling.
Because we're a master thief. Who needs to kill?
I think this is why I enjoy, like, I remember when I first got Hitman Silent Assassin. I had no idea about the Hitman series. I got it on the GameCube, and I got it because I was getting it from EB, and you could take it back within a week and then just trade it in directly for the game I actually wanted. And then I wound up keeping fucking Silent Assassin and just not giving a shit about whatever the fuck I was going to replace it with, because that is an amazing game.
Chomp.
Can you bop people with the deer leg?
No, you can just eat it.
Oh, okay.
Spice bags cost money.
Oh, you
There's
know.
a little bit of flavor text in the second mission that explains why.
That shit's got to flow.
It all works together. It's all self-contained.
That's good. I do like that sense of, cohesive universe, a cohesive environment.
That guy's patrolling.
You know a game's serious when it has peek buttons.
Yes.
Like,
Gooey.
Should you not do that? Is he gonna see you?
They can't see me as long as the
That's
Jew.
just fucking